Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Esther and I've come again with another video. Today we are making beef stew. So there's something I haven't told you guys. Let me switch it on first. Something I haven't told you guys. I've been sick for the past no, I was sick, but I've been taking medication for the past almost 2 months for H. pylori. For those who know me, they know that I've had H. pylori on and off, so I was told it can reoccur again. So you just have to watch what you eat, what you drink, just be healthy, stop taking like a lot of carbonated drinks. After now I've been healed, because now I'm not allowed to. I'm not supposed to take a lot of spices. I'm not supposed to drink coffee. For those who know me know that I love coffee and even tea leaves. So I've been trying. So today I decided, because that's the reason why I've not been putting up a lot of cooking videos, is because I had to cut out a lot of things. So now I was actually boiling my beef here, and I decided I'm gonna show you how I cook my things, since so many things have been removed from my diet, like onions, it's on and off. Tomatoes I'm not allowed, tomato paste I'm not allowed, some spices I'm not allowed, anything that is acidic, in short, I'm not allowed. So I want to show you what I do to at least cook a very tasty meal. I just add one thing plus the food and I never get any reaction. I'm still under medication. I'm remaining 4 days, I think 3 days. I think it's 3 or 2 days. Today is Wednesday. Oh, maybe I'm finishing my meds even tomorrow. So then I'll have to go back to the hospital for a checkup to see if it has cleared up. I'm hoping it has, because I can't continue like this again. It's been 2 months, but I'm making the most out of it. As I said, I'm trying to eat tasty food with what I have. So that is why I've been, but I'll try and stick to the diet a little bit longer, because I still want to make sure that this thing doesn't come back again, because I was told the chances of it coming back again are high. So also it depends on the water, but I do drink water that I bought, so I don't know, it can come from anywhere. So I'm just hoping for the best here. So let's get into this video. I'm gonna flip you around. This is me up close and personal. So I just boiled my meat. Yeah, I think you can see I just boiled my meat. I have not put anything except the cooking oil, so that is what we have in here. We're gonna let it fry for like 2 minutes with the oil. Looks so good. So here I have peas. Yeah, they are frozen peas, so I'm gonna add them in. So we are gonna cover and let it cook for a few minutes. Now it's been cooking for a while. We are gonna add our carrots and our bell pepper. This is 1 bell pepper and this is like 2 carrots. Also, frozen peas don't need to be cooked as long as the fresh ones, so that helps a lot. So up to this point we've not put anything to do with salt, so let us put some salt. And the only spice that I put is this. They don't affect me in any way. They are called Maggi. Yeah, it's in the logo, Maggi star. So these ones are not affecting me, so they're the only ones that I use, and they make a huge difference. Yeah, and when I say a huge difference, I know what I mean, because I've been eating tasteless food for the past 1.5 months. I only started using this thing probably 3 days ago, or probably 4 days ago. I've been so good at following instructions. So we are gonna let it cook for a while, and then we come and add some water for it to cook. But now we are just frying it for a bit. So our food is looking really good at this point. I'm gonna be adding some water, just a little, like so, and then the remaining water, let me show you what I'll do with it. This, you see, this is the most underrated thing in the kitchen, I have come to find out. Hope you can see it. Corn flour, specifically corn flour. Yes. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take it out. So I'm gonna do it here instead of moving the thingy, and then we're gonna put some of it, like let's say a teaspoon, a tablespoon, yeah, like that. Then this is it. It looks like milk after you dissolve it, and then you put it in. So I'm gonna add some more water. Just not a lot, like that. I hope you can see it's reached up to here. So we add, and it's gonna thicken, it's gonna help thicken this soup, and the taste, oh my god. So before it thickens, this is how our soup is looking like, right? Sometimes, you know, when you cook like peas, the soup never thickens because there's nothing to thicken the soup. So after some time I will show you how it actually looks like. I will show you how it looks like, but we need to let it simmer for a bit. So let's see how our food looks like. I think it's ready now. So let me show you the gravy that we just made with the cornstarch. Remember the way it was? Look at it. It's thick, it's luscious. Can you see? So yeah, thank me later. When you want to make a gravy, you use that, because here there's nothing which would have thickened our soup. So that is our food. It looks amazing. Let me show you guys. Let me switch off the cooker. Let me bring it close for you to see. This is how it looks like. Amazing. What I'm having my peas with. This is how it looks like up close. As you can see, I'm having it with macaroni and I think it's a very nice combination. So if you haven't, please do subscribe, like, comment, share. And yes, this food is actually good for someone with gastritis or H. pylori, and you've been told not to eat lots of foods. This one is good for you. So, but also I'm not a professional, so that is like a disclaimer. Yes, so don't forget to like, comment, share, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.